What's up, y'all? Welcome to The Sully Show. I'm Sully, and I'm here to review some alcohol for you. Today, we have something on the cheaper side of things. You know, we've been doing some Angel's Envy, some Remy Martin, some expensive things. Today, we're doing something a little cheaper. Some Southern Comfort. So, we're just going to dive straight into this. Get it in our cup so we can start doing the best part of this, the drinking. Get that in there. Don't have a whole lot, so I'm not going to be able to take too many sips. But we'll be able to get enough to lock this into our flavor chamber of memories, so that later on down the road, we can compare it to things and remember what it was like. As always, we got to start with the smell. Like they say, 9% of taste is smell. Not sure if that's accurate, but I feel like I've heard that. So it smells very fruity. We'll get into why and some history as it's sitting on ice, but it smells fruity. It smells a little spicy, not like chili spicy, but you know, like aromatic spices. Kind of smells like those. Smells like some fruit. Smells very sweet though. Very sweet, almost like a little syrupy sweet, if I do say so myself. Let's jump in, take a sip, and see if we can taste what we smell. So first off, the bite, harsh, but in a different way. So it didn't tingle my nose at all, but it was still harsher than some other whiskeys I've drank and that have tingled my nose. So it's kind of a weird bite. It's a little bit different of a bite. Flavors though, that's something else. So it's very sweet. It's very a lot of sweetness coming from fruits. So like a lot of fruit sweetness in there. A little bit of those aromatic spices, but just like as like a little undertone for the sweetness. Mainly it's that fruit, the sweetness from that fruit that you are tasting. So we're going to get this on some ice before we wind up taking too many sips and it's too late. Oh, that was too much ice. Oh. And now it's on some ice while it's sitting off to the side. Let's go over a little bit about what is Southern Comfort. Okay. So now that it's sitting on some ice, let's go over the notes of Southern Comfort. What makes Southern Comfort what it is? So first things first, it is 35% alcohol, coming in at 70 proof. So right along in line with Jameson, a lot of the Rebel Yell Root Beer Whiskey, I believe that was also 35, right along with some of those. It is made in New Orleans, so it's American made, but it's not a bourbon. That's one thing to note here. This is not a bourbon. This is a whiskey. It does not fall in the categories of a bourbon. This is just plain old whiskey. I couldn't figure out how long it was aged for. The website wouldn't say. Nothing else I could find would really say how long it was aged for. But the website did say that it's whiskey infused with flavors of fruits and spices. And I got to say those flavors really do come through and are really noticeable. And lastly, the price. Coming in at $17 for a $7.50. It's one of the cheapest things we've tried on this show so far. I believe the Rebel Yell Root Beer Whiskey was like $18, maybe $19. So not much cheaper, but it is cheaper. So there's something for you. The history of this, though, is actually kind of interesting. No, don't say that. Now that it has been on ice for a little bit, has some time to work that magic of the ice, get it cooled down, get the bite taken out, get the flavors brought through, hopefully. Let's give it a sip. A little shaky shake, mix it up one good time. Cheers. So obviously, again, that bite cuts down, but it's cut down way too much. It really wasn't on ice for that long. I mean, maybe a minute or two. I told you all about the history. Wasn't on ice for that long. The bite's gone. There's no more bite. There's no more feeling of a whiskey. However, those flavors have been elevated. It's good. It's sweet. Little bit of that aromaticity in there from the aromatic spices. But the main note there is definitely still that sweetness that you would get from a fruit. It's almost a little too sweet to the point, a little too artificially sweet, that it kind of tastes like syrup and whiskey mixed. So something to look out for there. Overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 6. It's not nasty, but I don't know that I would say it's good. I'm going to have trouble figuring out if I put this on the recommend or do not recommend side. I'm still not sure. I'm still not sure. I mean, it's $17 for a $7.50. You can't go wrong trying it. However, I don't know that I would drink this often. I don't know if I would ever buy a $7.50. I think it's going to go on do not recommend. It's good, but not good enough. You can get better out there for the money. So it's getting a 6 out of 10, but it is still going on do not recommend. But that right there, wraps up this episode of The Sully Show. I hope you enjoyed the review. I hope you have figured out to stay away from Southern Comfort. Don't say that. So that wraps up this episode of The Sully Show. I hope you've enjoyed the review, and if you have, subscribe, like, leave me a comment letting me know. If there's any alcohol you want me to try in the future, drop that in the comments too. Doesn't matter what kind of alcohol it is. If it has an alcohol content, let me know what it is, and I'll give it a shot. If I can find it and afford it anyway. I hope you all have enjoyed it. If you have... Oh, gosh, I'm so off. I hope you all have enjoyed it. And, well, we'll see you next time. Cheers.